All right, gang, how's it going? It's time for another live giveaway for Release Over 20. I'm gonna bring on the crew here. How's it going, everybody? We got Adam, got Captain Scotty on the water, fishing as we talk, and Don from down in Mississippi. How's it going, guys?
Pretty good.
Good. Can you hear me better now?
Yeah, I can hear you better now, bud. Thanks. I don't have a lot to report as far as like my fishing goes. I've been too busy with work. I haven't been out very much. When I have been out, it's not been great. Nothing to get excited about. What about you, Adam?
Same. Fishing not been so great the whole month of May, really. But I did go to Vapor Apparel, one of our sponsors, who happens to be local to Charleston. They had a warehouse sale on Saturday. It was good. And anyway, they I thanked them for sponsoring us, and they were happy to do it, and went well.
Awesome. Scotty, how's the bite been for you?
It's been heating up. The red drum bite in the Neuse River has been phenomenal. We've taken out a few sets of Marines. A couple of them never fished a day in their life and got their PBs at 26, 27, and then we took out a couple more. Got him on his first citation. We got 41, a 41 and a half, and the other Marine got a 39 and a half, and he lost one that was probably close to 50 inches.
Wow, that's great. When do the real big ones move in?
So they're
later in the summer?
Now, but you'll start getting your bigger schools of them starting in August. But we get schools of 5 to 10 of them coming in now. But once you get August, September, you have hundreds of them in those schools coming in.
Yeah. Coming in to spawn, I assume, right?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Hey, Carrie. Carrie's
hey,
frozen.
guys.
We can hear you, but your video's frozen.
Okay.
How you been? I haven't heard from you in a while.
Who, me?
Yeah.
I've been good.
He took a fishing trip, didn't he?
Can you see me now?
There you go. Well, sort of.
Yeah, we see you. We see you.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull up our thing. I'm gonna put Scotty on the spot. There's one thing I wanted to talk about a little bit is North Carolina flounder. I don't know if you heard, but the state of North Carolina has announced that there's no recreational keeping of flounder next year.
This year.
Is it this year, 2024?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And that was you had originally had 2 weekends or 2 weeks or something like that?
So 3 years ago we had a month. In the last 2 years it has been 2 weeks. We were supposed to be in 2 weeks again, but they said that our dead discard from catch and bycatch was too high.
Yeah. It's interesting because I think you probably, I guess there's obviously a lot of outrage about that from anglers, and rightfully so, just through mismanagement and whatever. But I wanted to look or talk about it from a little bit different context, and I think probably Scotty, have you seen a more abundance of flounder there in the last year or so?
The last 2 years we've had a lot. And
yeah.
They're we've caught some. I've tagged a few over 20 inches, up by the New Bern Bridge, so Trent River, and so that's pretty far from the coast.
Yeah.
And we've tagged 4 up there. They were over 20. We've tagged a couple here at Hancock, Slocum, and then around Oriental. And so we're seeing a lot more. But with them closing it, it's helping replenish it.
Right.
My biggest issue with it is we have 3 species of flounder, and they're closing all flounder for 1 species. So I think they would get a lot less slack is if they opened up summer and Gulf flounder and then shut down southern flounder. I think people could take that a lot more and wouldn't take it to heart like they do when they close the entire thing. Another
Yeah.
thing killing us is they're opening up commercial for this year.
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna have a commercial, you should have recreational.
Right.
You
Right.
shouldn't have one or the other. I
Right.
mean, at most, maybe have recreational only.
What do
But,
they,
like,
what do
the
they
dead
contribute the
discard
decline
from
to?
all the commercial, like you can't tell me that the nets that they're putting out aren't catching any at all. And like I think with the end of the year, we also have the mandatory reporting at the end of the year, and a lot of people are complaining about that. But like that's gonna those commercial licenses that aren't selling, they're gonna have to start reporting all their catches now. So like we have anywhere from 4,000 to 6,000 licensed, and only a couple thousand, like 2,000, are actually selling. So what are the other ones actually doing? So with the mandatory reporting, recreational is going to have to start doing it too, and we're complaining about it. But yet, it's going to hit commercial fishermen as well. So I think it's better. And then you could also start using that and maybe do a tag system like you do for deer and bear to
Yeah.
allow us to have some kind
Yep.
of keep with flounder. There's a
Right.
lot of possibilities that come with mandatory reporting, and it's only
Yep.
reporting what we actually harvest. And people were complaining about it, but yeah, we do it for deer, bear, uh, all our hunting species. Like, so is it really going to be that difficult? Like, your people that go offshore, they have to do reports every day, no matter if they're catching and harvesting or just going out and catching. So by us reporting, it's a firm number compared to what they're pulling out of the clouds right now, what we catch. Because
Okay.
right now they're just using those M-trip where they go and question people. That's all they're using to compile fake numbers. But by having us report, you're not going to have everybody report because even there's still people illegally poached hunting. But it's going to give you a better number than what we have now. And
Right.
I
Well,
think
I mean, like, right or wrong, and I'm saying probably wrong. You know, there has been a lot less keeping of flounder for the last 3 years there,
yes, sir.
and the numbers seem to be up. And it's very interesting because the biology says that flounder tend to migrate south as they progress throughout their lifetime, and a lot of our friends and guides in like Murrells Inlet, which is near the North Carolina coast, are having like one of their best seasons ever for flounder. Well, that's not because we have changed our limits here in South Carolina. I don't think. I think it's because North Carolina, you know, all those fish are working their way south to the benefit of South Carolina. And I'm a little concerned that like our lawmakers are going to like spike the football and say the changes that we made were hugely successful, when I don't think that's the case at all. But it's like, you know, we're seeing a fair amount of smaller flounder here, but it's not like it's a step change, I don't think. Because we're Charleston here, we're halfway down the coast, a lot further from North Carolina, so we're not seeing it.
What's the total allowable catch for commercial?
Can you guys hear?
Yeah, we're getting a lot of static from you,
Is that
Scotty.
Scotty? Is that your? Can you mute?
That's Scotty's wind noise, I believe.
There you go. Thank
There
you.
you go. Thank you.
I said, what's the total allowable catch for the commercial side?
I don't know the answer to that. Does anybody?
Yeah, I don't know if Scotty could hear that or.
they have a
Scotty,
bondage, and it's changed the last 3 years. So once they hit it, it closes down. I'd have to go look at it again.
Mhm.
Yeah, I tell
Yeah,
you.
we could talk about those details all night, but I wanted to point out this right here. I showed a podcast recently by the called Fisheries Gone Wild. It's the CCA North Carolina podcast. That's really informative on everything that's going on. You know, I think I'd encourage anyone in North Carolina to watch a YouTube channel called Fishing with Brewski. He's very lots of information about this whole thing. He's got several in-depth YouTube videos on it. And get involved in your CCA. They have an ongoing lawsuit to try to you know, put an end to this kind of mismanagement. But anyway, it's something I just wanted to talk about. we've always said, if you leave Mother Nature alone, it doesn't take her long to sort of right things. And, this forced, situation in North Carolina where the rec anglers can't keep near as many flounder as they have. And just in 3 short years, there's a noticeable improvement. So it kind of goes back to that. If we get a critical mass of people, like just practicing release over 20, I feel like across the whole country, we'll see a noticeable change. But I just thought that was something worth discussing. So thanks for your input, Scotty.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And David,
Yeah.
it's little steps. Would you please share with these guys when you went to the school and the husbands, what?
Yeah. So what Carrie's talking about is I just started a class. It's actually a nonprofit class, and you may or may not realize, but we don't know what the hell we're doing. I've never been involved in a nonprofit, and its leadership of an organization is new to me too. As I'm sure everyone in our team appreciates the fact that I suck at it. But it's just going to be really helpful to us as a board and also as an organization, this class. So I had the first class this Tuesday, and it turns out the 2 female instructors said both of their husbands are avid fishermen, and they were saying to their husband, like, "Oh, we have this guy who's like in a fisheries conservation nonprofit," and the guy goes, "Is it release over 20?" And she's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh yeah, I know all about it." And the other one said that our social media has caused him to influence the decisions that he makes on the water, which I think is it's pretty amazing. That's really directly, shows the influence that we're having on people. And even though we may not see it, it's like, I don't even know who this guy is. Probably never heard from him. Probably never would have heard from him, except that his wife is this instructor. So.
Yeah,
cool.
and that just says to me that, I mean, it gave me a boost. It just, when you told me that, David, just gave me a boost, because you don't know who you're reaching, right? And when you find out that you're reaching people that you didn't suspect you were reaching, or it makes a difference. We may not see it on social media, we may not see it in text messages or somebody reaching out, but there's a lot of things that influence me that I don't ever say anything about. Yeah. And, this is that movement. I mean, it's pretty cool, really.
Yep. Totally agree. So I'll probably, as we go month to month, I'll probably give some updates on how that class is going, but it's just getting started right now, but it's going to be a good thing. Carrie, do you want to talk about our new sponsor?
Be glad to. This dude is really cool. Scotty, I got to get you set up with him. Anybody that catches any big fish, like big drum or whatever, I have 12 of these to give away, but he gave me another like 8 or 10 that I can, set up with captains. And I definitely want to set one up with you, Scotty, or a couple, whatever. But we have to retrofit your rods. But he invented this. He's a captain in Florida. He invented this called the Hidden Tee. What it is a 5-inch. It fits on the butt of your rod. You can still put it in your rod holders. You can still troll or whatever you do. But when you hook up, you pick your rod up and you slap it down, and it becomes a 5-inch anchor that you can put on your waist. So it's a 5-inch horizontal anchor that can go on your waist, and it eliminates bruises and, that kind of thing. I just know that my wife and I, when we went to Florida and we caught sharks, she came home bruised because that ball, the ball they usually use, Scotty, you know what I'm talking about, that yellow ball, that thing falls on the floor and you don't use it half the time, maybe not even a quarter of the time. Well, this guy has invented something that is revolutionary, and I'm really excited about it for him. Met him at ICAST last year. We stayed in touch. He finally got his patent going, and they're ready to go. So I want to get him on here next month to talk about it. But I'd love it if we could get, some of our guides, retrofitted with it so they can use it for a month.
Sounds great. You probably saw my camera flaked out, so hopefully you can all still hear me.
I can hear you. Yeah,
Thanks, Kerry, and please tell him thanks for sponsoring.
absolutely.
Always excited to get a new sponsor, and so yeah, that's great. Scotty. So I think we mentioned last time, but Scotty has agreed to sort of take over the Get On Board program, and the results are amazing. He made this infographic up that you probably saw on our social media that just shows like the number of guides per state that we have so far. And I think this was posted like maybe a week ago, something like that. And I went and checked because I see the emails for registrations of new captains, and I see the request for the kit, the starter kit. And I'm like, I feel like I've seen a lot of those come in. I went and looked at the current total is 113. So we've already gained 12 guides since like a week. Pretty cool. So that's Scotty, that's you, man. That's your effort, and just getting the recognition and the post of like sort of showing all their logos on our social media, and just really that's valuable. It's free advertising for these guys. Yep. You want to talk about that, Scotty?
So I got these Yeti cups.
Let me solo you here. Let me see. I don't know how to do it. Okay, you can see it.
So I got the Yeti cups and worked with a Marine on base, and they have a laser etcher. So it's not perfect, but it's a nice little giveaway for top captain each month. So I'll be giving Josh Sutton his this weekend at the tournament, and then we'll be getting the other guys. I'll probably mail them down to South Carolina because I believe the last 3 were from South Carolina. So I'll mail them to one of you guys to hand out. But I've already got all the way through July etched, and we're working on getting the rest of them finished up. But just a little souvenir cup, not much, but it'll hopefully get the word out there a little bit more, and they can kind of show it off.
Yeah,
Take it on board with them.
It's just a way to thank the guides, because right now it's their clients that get the rewards, but that's something they can just have on their boat drinking their coffee. And
I would love that. I wish we could get every one of our guides that.
Yeah.
Wish there was a way.
Well, we're going to work on, so Scotty, we'll talk offline, but we're going to get you a budget so that you can, do what you can, maximize what you can do within the budget, and
awesome.
really make this thing next level.
Yeah.
And I think what we're going to do is for the end of the year, like giveaway for captains, all the ones that are released, we'll say this year we're going to make it small. Any captain that releases over 12 with their clients, they'll be entered into the year-end giveaway, and we'll have prizes, just like doing our monthly giveaways, but we'll do a yearly end of the year one for that. And then the top guide overall for the end of the year is going to be getting a flag. It's a custom flag. So working on, I've already talked to the guy. We're getting one of those made. So we got some things coming together. That we're not looking to get everybody like hooked on getting free gear, but like it's just something to show your efforts, because it is a lot of work as a captain going in there and updating, especially if you're a full-time guide and out on the water 6-7 days a week, and then coming and putting those in. So it is more than just like spreading the word. They're actually going in and updating.
Mm-hmm.
So
you're right.
So Scotty, that's why we need an app. That'd be so easy to just have an app on your phone, right, guys, and just be able to put that info in.
Yeah. And it's funny. I had mentioned to Jimmy Skinner, who's the guy who won the last couple months down here in South Carolina.
Yep.
And I said, congrats, man. That's great for your clients. I said, Scotty's cooking up some stuff to reward the captains too. And he said, I don't care about that. I just care that I'm doing the right thing for the resource.
Yeah.
And that's enough for me. And I was like, it's incredible.
Yeah, that's great.
But that being said, I still think he would love to have a mug, whether he asks for it or not. So I'm sure he'll gladly receive it. So let's talk about our monthly results. We had a good month, another good month. 189 trout, 11 flounder, 4 sheep's head, and 312 red drum. I think a lot of the increase in red drum, it was to be expected by me. I know, like, once people sort of realize we're doing it, but the captains are really embracing the red drum releases. And we often have, you don't always see it, but we often have captains that enter their own fish. So, if they're out fishing by themselves and they catch it, they're perfectly welcome to enter those for themselves, but they just go in the main draw. But what you do see is a lot of the guides. Like, I know Jimmy Skinner, for example, he enters a lot of fish for himself too. So good numbers for sure. And it's a little bit small here, but the number one angler was Robert Montana. I think he's from Virginia with 35 entries. And looks like we had I think 8. It took 8 to make the top 10. And I'm sorry, that's kind of an eye chart there. I can't even read it myself. But one thing that you might have saw that we started this month was we now have leaderboards by species. And this was a good feedback that I got from one of our followers down in Florida. And he said he sort of lost interest because he's a trout. He likes to target trout. And once we had just the overall get everything mixed together, he wasn't as interested because he wanted to see where he stood amongst trout releases. And I think the same is true when you look at all species. So I was just like, wow, that's great feedback. I'll do it. So here it is. So we have the trout leaderboard was, oh gosh, I could pull this up separately just so I can read it. That's my bad. 1 second.
David, while you're doing that, I'm just going to tell you that Dan from Savannah, or Low Country Fishing, however you guys might know him, he's the same way. He texted me today wanting to get on board with our program, with the captain's program. Of course, I fixed him up with the link and all that stuff. But he was saying that they don't really catch that many big trout, but they do, target a lot of big redfish. And the thing is, you can do that. You can target the redfish, and you can get your clients on redfish, and they can enter and all that. So every species, I mean, like everywhere you fish, and Don, you know this, everywhere you fish, you have the opportunity to catch different size species,
right,
that are, going to be native to that area. Like Virginia has big trout. We don't. Murrells Inlet has big flounder. We don't have big flounder. But
we've got plenty of redfish.
We have so many big redfish that we don't even, Adam and I, we don't even target them because they're not fun. We're after trout.
Yeah.
But
so I have these up now. So Bobby Mazzell was the trout leader. Thank you, Carrie, for covering for me.
Sure.
Took 4 trout to make the top 10. For red drum, it was Robert Montana with 35. And it looks like 8 to make the top 10. I was in there with 8, I think, last month. And let's see, we also have flounder and sheep's head, which is next slide. So we had, 7 people into just one flounder each. So there's no clear leader there. And we had 2 people enter sheets. Had John Morgan had 3, and Caden Mecca had 1. So that's kind of fun, it's sort of a different thing to add. I hope y'all like it. If y'all have suggestions, like, don't hesitate to let us know. One thing, it's a good time to mention this, but one thing that I'm going to add soon is a way to register your organization or fishing club, kind of like captains do. This guy, he's catching the fish.
He is.
And that way we can have like a leaderboard, where you can sort of grab a pull down and enter your fishing club or your company or something like that, and get a leaderboard for the organizations. And that was a request from the Merle's Inlet club that does the flounder tournament, and it's a pretty easy thing to set up. So I think it's like, why not? It's another way for people to get involved and sort of compete too. So, so the top state was, drum roll, South Carolina.
Cool.
Which is pretty awesome. I'm proud of that, honestly. Very proud of that.
We've never been first, have we?
I don't think so. Or maybe last month we were. I can't remember. I think we were. Maybe we were leading last month for a while, but then we got overtaken.
Doesn't happen often, though.
Doesn't happen often. By amount of coastline, like, we're way down the list.
Yeah.
I wonder if Texas isn't entering as many now that they're release over 20 is the law, which is very possible. But I hope they continue, just because we'd like to see the releases get recorded.
Right.
Okay, and then the guide leaderboard. Let me pull this up. Guides. There it is. Fontaine Charters, which is down in Edisto Beach, South Carolina, followed by Hotspot Charters, Fine Catch Fishing, and then our own Scotty Wasson was in 4th place.
What the heck is going on?
Oh my God. Don't come to my house.
Jimmy Skinner down in Edisto Beach has just been really embracing it. As you can see, he's got 60 releases this month. So that's pretty cool. So
Who let the dog out?
Sorry, man.
Who let the dog
Carrie, now that you've got the zoo taken care of,
Oh my gosh.
why don't you go ahead and talk about our giveaway?
I'm sorry. I'm distracted. So this is this the captains, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So again, we're having so many sponsors come on board that we have really good giveaways that we're giving away. And so all of a sudden it's going from $50 packages to $75 to now, approaching $100 giveaways. So this giveaway with the captains is release over 20 t-shirt, Rayo's koozie, coastal swim baits, swim boat sticker, Carolina First Mate Incognito mosquito spray, which keeps the gnats away too, Drum Slots medium high-low tied t-shirt in the heather, was that military heather, I guess, and the Epoch Batteries mouse pad. So
I just got to say, I'm dying to try that glide bait.
that what?
That glide bait right there.
It looks
Oh,
interesting.
yeah. I know.
It looks amazing.
West Marine had a sale today, and they had like $5 buckets, $10 buckets, $15 buckets, and $20 buckets. And I went there and I got a bunch of ice strike stuff for $5.
What?
Yeah, they had $5 stuff in their buckets.
Man.
on ice strike. But I got a lot of I got some swim baits too, so I'm kind of excited about that, and top water stuff.
Nice. Well, I wanted to show. Oops. 1 second here. Here we go. I want you to see how many client releases we have this month. I'm scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down, scrolling down.
What is this, David?
Scrolling down. 156 client fish for the Get On
Wow.
Board program. That's a
Wow.
record. Like
That's incredible.
incredible. 156. I mean,
Man.
imagine when this really takes off.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? That's weird. Why isn't that showing up? Oh, here we go. Okay, so as usual, third roll is the winner. We got 1 to 156 on random.org. Fully live. First roll is 105. Second's 19. The winner is 34. 34. Jimmy Skinner. This is, I think, his third month in a row winning. And you know
He's
why?
got a lot of entries though.
He's
Look at all
entering
these
a lot
entries.
of fish.
Yeah.
That's why. The more you enter, the more you'll win.
Yeah.
So congrats to Captain Jimmy, and his client was Michael Land. And Scotty, I'll look up that photo and get it to you, okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
Hey, Jimmy's here. What up, Jimmy?
Hey. That's
Congrats
awesome.
again, my friend.
That's
Well done.
awesome.
Thank you for embracing this like you have.
For sure.
And congrats for winning. Okay, so the main draw is 360. We've
Wow.
got 3 giveaways for this. We might need to sort of rearrange this the way it's going.
Yeah, we may have to go to a different, like
Yeah.
trout, flounder,
Or maybe,
sheepshead.
maybe we, I don't know.
We
work it
used
out.
to do that, but it just it became, once we introduced the sheepshead, it was like the same guy was winning every month. So, we need to kind of rethink what we're doing. I'm Jimmy. I'm so glad that you won again. I'm not trying to take anything from you, but it'd be nice to, have categories where like trout could win, or
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll pivot
we'll figure it out
as we go.
Sure.
But the fact that the captain's giveaway is growing so much is a great thing.
That is great.
And if we need to make 2 giveaways, then we'll give 2 giveaways.
Sure,
whatever makes sense.
We've got so many sponsors coming on. We can definitely do that. So
That's right. Okay, so main draw was 360. So let's do the giveaway egg giveaway, which is first roll 300, second 23, and the winner is 310, which is Robert Connor from Florida with
Cool.
a 25.5-inch trout. Nice.
That's a big one.
Nice one. We'll get in touch with you, Robert, after we're done here. And
Wow.
let's roll for a number. We didn't. You know what? Okay.
It's okay. I can ad lib this. I know what you're doing.
You think I had this down by now? We've only done it for like 2 years now.
It's not a big deal. So we've got some coastal swim baits. Coastal swim baits sticker, drum spots, in the t-shirt, the blue heather again, sorry. Playing cards, drum spot playing cards, eye strike, release over 20, 3/16 3-pack, Mirror 18 MR, Mud Minnow Gator, and Pure Flats package of baits. I said a lot, and it doesn't look like there's that much in that picture, but there is.
Yeah, but it's just some cool stuff in that one.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh my gosh. So bad. What am I doing? It's comical. Okay. That was B, right? Or
That
A?
was that was A. Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
That was A.
Sorry.
There you go.
So we gave that one away already.
We did. Yeah.
This
we
is
did.
the one we're about to give away. Okay.
Yeah. They got the horse in front of the cart. That's all.
Yeah.
No big deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk to you about the B giveaway, which David will pull up, but it's a Prime Gancho cap. Thank you, Prime Gancho. You guys have been awesome. They gave us so much stuff. We've got a Prime Gancho koozie, a Q8 package of artificial baits, which Q8 we met at ICAST last year, and they were gracious enough to give us a bunch of stuff. Slap a fish decal, Z-Man jerk shrimp in the fried chicken, I think, and then Drum Spots blue extra large tea.
Can anyone guess what the letters stand for?
On what?
The hat.
No. What is that?
So my kids saw this and were horrified.
OMWT.
On my way to
Fisher Bay.
That's what it really
I'm on my way to Fisher Bay.
Yeah, that's what it really is, but you can probably imagine what else it might be. My kids are like, "Oh my God, you can't put that." So I have one on my boat trailer, a sticker,
Glad you said that because
and they're horrified.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
Yeah, you can read a lot into them letters.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
I thought it meant something else, so I unfriended the guy. I got to go back in.
Unfriended the guy. Okay.
Okay, so let's pick that. This is for the one we just showed. First roll 268, second 74, and the winner is 351, which is way down there. 351. Tyler Revolt from South Carolina with a 28-inch red drum. Congrats, Tyler. Nice job. Okay, and let's go back to here.
Okay,
And
this is
our last giveaway.
Our last giveaway is an AFCO hat. Thank you, AFCO. You guys are very generous with not only us, but with everybody that has a nonprofit. I follow the nonprofits, and they're very generous. Appreciate you. Got a key float from AFCO, an Arctic Ice large purple Tundra series. And if you guys don't have these, you should, because it takes the place of ice and it's cheap. Epoch battery hand towel. Thank you, Epoch. Marsh Wear swim mask. Mirror 84 MR lure.
Nice. All right. Okay, now I'm getting it. Okay, last giveaway. First roll, 70. Second roll, 138. The winner is 227. 227. 227. Zachary Delmeyer from North Carolina. Congrats, Zachary. That's
DOMIRE.
DOMIRE. Delmeyer, I think.
Yep.
Okay, so we have a South Carolina, a Florida, a North Carolina, and the guide is South Carolina. So very good.
That's cool.
Yeah, pretty cool. All right, guys. I've had a day, so I'm going to close it out. A little fish release going on there live on the giveaway.
26 3/4.
Nice.
Nice.
Good job, guys. We will be back end of June, so early July, with another giveaway. Keep the cards and letters coming. RO20.org. And any last comments before we head out?
Have a good night. Stay easy on social media.
Okay, and Scotty, just shave that beard.
I don't think I recognize him.
I would definitely wouldn't. Sure. All right, guys. Good night.
All right,
Good night.
take care. Good night.
See you, Don.